were getting information on men generally in Jamaica and not necessarily a group of men in Jamaica. So within that context, we use Hamilton Depression Index, wilderness basis, and as a statistician, I actually analyze the data, and we're going to present the data to you now as to what is it that we found from that. Now, we actually sample men from 18 years old, and the reason why we actually chose 18 years old because we didn't want the issue relating to matter relating to ethics of trying to get ethical approval from family members, other persons for children. So we actually did not do that. The men were substantially single in keeping with what is for Jamaica. Educational level again was that various parishes the men were actually taken from, and this is the fundamental finding that is creating somewhat of an issue in the world, where we are realizing that we are saying that it was 47.3% of men that were not depressed, indicating that most Jamaican men are experiencing various levels of depression, from mild depression of 41%, moderate depression of 8.3%, and severe depression of 3.6%. So this is what is happening to our Jamaican men in 2022 up to December of last year. We disaggregated the data in terms of age, so to look what is actually happening to the men across various ages, and we see that severe, for example, we're looking at severe depression, we're talking about 3.5% of those 18 to 21, 3.6% of those who are 22 to 25, 4.1% of those who are 26 to 29, and those who are older than 30 years old, 3.3%. And then the various levels of depression are there for you to sort of look at, and I can actually please give you the actual PowerPoint if you want to have that in your diary and your information as well. We actually look at the depression relating to social marital status, from moderate depression to severe depression in terms of men, and the figures are there. And you're seeing that 44.4% of men who are single indicated that they were going through mild depression. 31% of those who are married. So married men are not susceptible as well to depression, just like everybody else. They are depressed. 36.5% of those who are divorced, so even the divorced men are going through depression. If you observe carefully, the single men seem to be getting a whole lot of the blunt relating to depression in Jamaica. Why? I'm not sure, but that is what is happening based on Hamilton Depression Index. If we were to take the educational level, let's look at mild depression, 23.5%. 51% of those who are having a secondary education indicate that they are depressed, and 35.1% of those with universal level education. All right, so that is what is happening to our men. I took out this question because I really want to sort of see what is going on with this our men here, and we are saying that 65.9% of Jamaican men indicate that they have no tendency towards suicide. But observe carefully what is actually going on with our men. Feel like life is not worth living. 24.6% of men saying that they don't feel like they should life is worth living. Wish they were dead, 5.1%. Feel like there are suicide gestures, 3.4%. And attempted suicide, 1.1% of Jamaican men have attempted suicide in the period. We also did that based on age level to sort of see what was happening to the various persons. Let's say, for example, look at those persons who said that they feel like life is not worth living. 19.9% of Jamaicans 18 to 21 years old feel that life is not worth living. 27.2% of those who are 22 to 25 years old. 30.6% of those who are 26 to 29, and those who are older, 18.9%. A number of our Jamaican men, irrespective of their ages, is indicating that life is just not worth living. All right? So we did, as usual, our analysis of what happens, our discussion using CDC, WHO definition of the health matter. And that now takes me to the end of what, since we're trying to ensure that we have a discussion on the matter. All right? So, Mr. Buckley, that was a synopsis of what happens relating to depression in men in Jamaica. So I can take just back to the issue at hand for a person to remember what is happening to our men. That we're saying that 53% of Jamaican men are indicating various levels of depression. And I will actually stop there.
All right. Thank you very much, Wax. That's good.